So Modi ji has shown us it is possible to fix corruption in government. He has shown us. Because normally we all know government is so big, so it's like a behemoth. It's impossible to fix corruption. What did he say? The first thing he did is, look, let us all remove complaints. If half the complaints goes, half your problem is solved. I am not trying to be a superhero. Modi ji said, I am not trying to be a superhero, going and educating people like Gandhi and say, don't do this. I will instead fix the system where you will not have an opportunity to be corrupt. You are the right person. You are a morally upright guy. But since the cost of being morally upright is so high in India, you have to run around everywhere like I did for 2.5 months. Because nobody gave me a job in America, neither was I interested to go to America to study. I was only in India, I can afford to wait. I can afford to wait. I never traveled, I never wanted that passport urgently to get a visa and go anywhere. I was happy to wait for 2 months, 3 months. But you can't wait. Other people who have an urgency to go to a foreign country can't wait. So that is where we lose the moral compass and pay that first 100 rupees. So Modi ji said, okay, fine, I'll clean up the system for you, don't worry. 32,000 complaints have taken. Now income tax, you will see very soon in the next 2 years, 100% of your income tax assessments after you submit is going to be faceless. The things have already started. Very little you will see somebody calling you out on office, you go, it is all automated now. It is all becoming faceless, it is all becoming transparent. Even at one point our auditor friends are complaining, but somehow it is a part of the culture of our government that there should be less interaction between people who have power and people who don't have power, meaning the citizens like you and me. This is one way. The second thing the Modi ji said, government purchase is the biggest corruption. Anybody dealing with the government, biggest corruption. Everywhere you got to pay, and we all know government is the biggest buyer in the country. In a whole country, the Ambanis, the Adanis, the Tatas are not the biggest buyer. It's the government which buys more, estimates more. Because of the government, it contributes 60% to the economy per se, directly, indirectly. Modi ji said, fine. I am going to start a portal called GEM portal. Anything the government is buying, GEM portal is a marketplace. You come, you place your order in the GEM portal. They will come, they will give the product, you buy. You'll be very surprised, ladies and gentlemen. If you look today, GEM portal, what it has done is, it has linked 8.5 lakh micro, small, medium enterprise. They have received 68 lakh orders worth 1.87 lakh crore. GEM portal was launched in 2016. Meaning, first time a micro, small, medium guy is having an opportunity to pay money, sell his product, without bribing any middleman in between. If you look at it, among this 1.45 lakh women MSME has received 7.32 lakh order worth 15,900 crore. 43,000 SC/ST MSME have received 1.35 lakh crore order worth 2,500 crore. See, Modi ji is trying to do is trying to fix systems, which doesn't give us an opportunity. Government is buying from you. I am going to fix it. GEM portal. You cannot know the buyer. You will not know the seller. It's a marketplace which will give. In fact, Modi ji in one of his Man Ki Baat program, he very proudly said, the flask that I am keeping in my office, in my table, the Prime Minister's office table, that flask came from a self-help group in Dindikkal, Tamilnadu. My office wanted a flask, Modi ji's office, Prime Minister's office. We placed an order in GEM. We found a flask vendor in the GEM. We brought it from there. Later I found it is from Tamil Nadu state, a self-help group woman from Dindikkal who put the flask there. There are miraculous stories like that. But it's trying to set an example that corruption can be eliminated. Second, zero tolerance for corruption as a country. What made Lee Kuan Yew of Singapore, the miracle man of Singapore, a small fishing hamlet, Singapore, very high level of corruption, somehow with an iron rule, he made it like an economic miracle. One, the government's zero tolerance for corruption. The two, government zero tolerance for administrative corruption. The government zero tolerance for anybody who is doing big corporate corruption. All three things he started fixing. It's a 15-year process. He fixed it. Now probably Singapore we all see as one of the most transparent. Now the civil servants can never be touched. I was a former civil servant. You can never touch them because they are the system. In like Kashmir Files movie, you have this very famous dialogue. You can be the government, but I am the system. So anybody can be the government. You can come for 5 years, enjoy and go, but I am the system. So nobody had the courage to touch them. How did he touch them? He said, look, corruption allegation, charge sheet done, you have to return. Or we will dismiss you. 2014 to 17, you saw cleanups among the IRS officers, among the IAS officers, among the IPS officers. People were made to leave jobs. You see a pattern, how it was happening. It is slowly, it's a big country, sir, 135 crore people. Tomorrow morning, we can't just put a signature. It's a highly federal republic. Some states are deeply corrupt, some parties are so corrupt, some ruling parties encourage corruption. And you are the prime minister of a country, you have to fix systems in small ways, here, there, then you build the overall structure. IRS got retired, IPS got retired, IAS got retired. So probably at the top level in civil service, there is a little fear. I'm not saying, oh, great fear, civil service have got reformed completely. They are also human beings like you and me, so they are also part of society. But there is this fear that is put into them, God's fear that is put into them. You are corrupt, we catch you, you go to court on appeal, then this process of charge sheet goes here and there between the government and you and the court. We will compulsorily retire you because there is a clause in the IPS rules, in the IAS Act, everything. So, one level. Next, corporate corruption. NPAs, non-performing assets. You look at the videocons to ICICI banks to here and there. And in India, there is always this theory that big people go scot-free. And now the rule is, after we took power, and when many of the bank previous NPAs were being examined, especially 2004 to 14, who took loan, how did they take loan, what is their collateral, then 2-3 people scooted. You saw the Malayas and Nirav Shah, Nirav Modi, they got scooted because when the banks were encouraged to tighten, when many of the bank CMDs were forced to retire, not only it was happening for the top officers, even for the bank CMD it was happening. Anybody loan book not being kept proper. So, I would say it's a work in progress. It's happening. But for a state like Tamil Nadu, when you have to champion a change in corruption, you got to be ruthless. If you're not ruthless, it is not going to happen. So, of course, you will pay a price. Anybody who's ruthless in politics, ruthless in system, and a lot of people will come after you. But only way to fix corruption in Tamil Nadu, you got to be ruthless. Make almost all the services online. Birth certificate, please don't come. Wherever your child is born, in the hospital, apply online, give your digital signature certificate, 15 days it will come to your email, just collect it and go. Death certificate, please don't come. In India, these are the biggest things. Income certificate, please don't come. We will do via digital signature. Some states like Karnataka, Punjab, they are calling this as Sakala, Enforcement of Service Guarantee Act, meaning they are giving services to citizens saying you don't come apply online. But Tamil Nadu, hardly 2-3 services you get online. Every single service is offline. Mic license, to get a mic license, you want to enjoy music today, or probably Leela Palace wants to do an outdoor party today. Youngsters want to have a good time outside. You ask a Leela Palace manager how many licenses he has to get. I was a DCP Bangalore. I must have given 1,000 licenses in my life. The short term I was in Bangalore. You get a police license. Then you go and get a liquor license for this particular class. Then you go and get this. By the time these fellows will go everywhere, he will say, "Arey yaar, 10,000 rupee here, 10,000 rupee there." Then after 10 o'clock, you want to illegally operate the thing, pay another 25,000 to the local station. So because you haven't kept anything online, you have kept everything offline. You allowed a human interface between two human beings, one who has got power, one who doesn't have power. When this guy is mingle, boom, then it gives rise to corruption. You have to fix it slowly, steadily. It's a slow process. No country becomes non-corrupt overnight. It's a journey. We all have to take this collective journey as citizens, right from an auto driver, right from a bus conductor, right from a guy who's in an entertainment theme park who's standing in the gate, right from a corporate guy, right from a bank CMD. It's a collective journey. For that, education, awareness, fear, rule of law, punishment, certainty of punishment. Not I get caught today and 25 years till my grandson is there, I will fight the case in the court. Then my grandson will fight on my behalf. Certainty of punishment. So all those things have to be fixed. But I personally believe it is possible. It's a matter of time. Now the next PM said, all the government money I am giving you will be online. None of my money will be offline. Any money I am giving you will be online. Just PM 2 days back, 13th installment of PM Kisan, he pressed a button. He pressed one button. 13th installment of PM Kisan. 2,000 rupees every 4 months. They get 6,000 rupees every year. Press of a button. Tuck. Next second, the farmer gets a message. 2,000 rupees credited to your account, so and so, so and so, so and so. PM Kisan. Likewise, the subsidies, the fertilizer subsidies, all kinds of money that get into them. Every single transfer of money, including the 100-day Rural Act, Rural Employment Guarantee Act, what we call the NREGA, every single transaction, their salary goes into their account directly, because we are the world leaders now. In G20, India's time this year, the first thing we are trying to propagate to the whole world is that we are the world leaders in digital transaction. Very proudly we are telling, which is true. America, China, combinedly, you are only doing 47% of my monthly digital transaction. If India is doing 100% monthly transaction, both Americans and Chinese combined together, you are doing only 47%. If you look at the February 2023 data, the digital transaction that we did, you will be very, very amazed, sir. Whole of India, February 2023, digital transaction we did 12,35,000 crore. The transaction is 750 crore transaction. It could be buying a tea in a shop, newspaper, morning, Paytm, bus, Paytm, Google Pay. We did 760 transactions, 750 crore transaction in February 2023. The month just got ended in India. Worth 12,35,000 crore to 12.35 lakh crore. February 2023, China and America, it was 47% of this. They did 5 lakh crore in digital transaction. We are the world leaders. Because they are 135 crore people. You have an Aadhaar ID, then you have a bank, you are trying to interlink, you got the correct beneficiary, you did an Aadhaar seeding to him, so that you know what is going to which beneficiary. Nobody can escape. We are the world leaders. So at G20 this year, the team, we are teaching Americans how they can better do digital transaction in US market. They are looking at linking banks now, core banking. We have got multiples now. America, you give a banker's check, when will it get credited to you? So this is one thing where rightfully we are proud, because Modi ji championed it. From 2014, he championed it because he believed this will not only bring corruption, this will empower a woman, this will empower a farmer, this will empower somebody whose life was under somebody's control, a moneylender's control, husband's control, a patwari's control, a tahsildar's control, or a panchayat leader's control. They were controlling this poor 100-day employment NREGA woman. When we took power in 2014, it was 210 rupees. This woman was not getting 210 rupees. This woman was not getting 20 rupees. He has to bribe. Only then your NREGA attendance will be taken. 190 comes. 190 comes. Then, if you look at the NREGA market, anybody has got the time to go to a rural area, sit under a tree and see how they work. For 50, 60 people, there will be one guy controlling, because he will allocate work to them. NREGA, we have to understand, it is not 100% whoever wants employment will not give. It will generate a certain employment, it will distribute to the people who want it. So this guy will control that demand supply. So he takes another 15 rupees cut. This woman comes under the hot sun, he works all day. By the time she goes, 35 rupee cut is taken. So 210, 35 taken, it is 185, 175, 175 rupee. Now the NREGA salary is 280 rupee, because we have indexed it to inflation. Now 280 rupee, ladies and gentlemen, to the last paisa, it comes to your account. Last paisa. Transformation. She is not bothered, but there is no bloody power power structure in a village. There is no this patwari fellow or a panchayat fellow who will come and own that woman. Nothing. Rajiv Gandhi ji, a former Prime Minister in 1985, Kalagandhi, Orissa, he said, what kind of country will live? We just came from US. He was just a pilot in India. He said, look, what kind of country we are living in? 85, Kalagandhi, Orissa. For every 100 rupees we send from Delhi, the last guy is receiving only 15 rupee. 85 rupee, the middle fellows have eaten. What kind of country? Now we can very confidently say, as a country, 1 rupee I sent from Delhi, the last village in Kanyakumari called Takle, he gets 1 rupee there. So, systemic reforms, championing change, taking the hard decisions, not afraid to lose an election, looking politics beyond election, that is Narendra Modi ji for you. In Tamil Nadu, we can do that. I am very confident, but you should not be bothered by this short-term competition. You might lose an election here and there. You should not worry. When BJP comes to power, I am very sure we will have this iron-willed individual. Whoever sits in that power whoever takes that seat, he will have that iron heart. Not afraid even for a second to make that hard decision, because corruption has to be rooted out of this generation. In our generation, if we don't take corruption out, I don't think the next generation is going to appreciate us for who we are. The third topic I am getting in is agriculture. I know I am taking time, sir. I am trying to wrap it as fast as possible. Is it boring? Because these are things I don't normally talk. We all give political passions. You have to have this kind of an audience that wants change and which is very comfortable with the data. When we speak, they should connect with data. When we look at agriculture, if I'm making a very bold statement that Tamil Nadu has failed in agriculture, it is not false. It is 100%. Again, I give you statistics to prove why this great state of Tamil Nadu in 1960, which was a leading indicator for agriculture in India, is a lagging indicator now. Again, if you look at the data, sir, 1960-63, if you look at the irrigation of India, whole of India, the irrigation that is happening, Tamil Nadu had 11% of irrigation. Irrigated area, 1960 to 63, we had 11% of irrigated. Rest of the state combinedly had 89%. 2021-2022, Tamil Nadu has got 3.4% of the irrigated area. Why? No Kamarajar. Since Kamarajar is not there, one single person was missing from that link. The great Karmaveerar Kamarajar Ayya, in a state with 11% of the net irrigated area of Tamil Nadu, India has come down to 3.4%. This is alarming. With this, we will build an argument to look at rural distress, the income inequality. We will look at, it's a very big number, madam. If you slightly go into that and look at the data very deeply, it gives a lot of very alarming conclusions to us. And why? Again, the irrigated area, when we subdivide, we look at irrigation in three parts. The canal irrigation, which is the government's duty to build a canal from a dam to take a water to the last agriculturist. He can't invest in canal. He has to get water to his farm directly from canal so that he can grow a crop. He gets money from it, gets out of poverty, educates his children, they go to better schools, they get education, they go one level up in life. So the government's primary duty is to give canals till then. Tamil Nadu, 1960-63, the comparison period, we had 9 lakh hectare of canal irrigation. Now, we have 6 lakh hectare of canal irrigation, meaning whatever was getting irrigated, 3 lakh hectare in canal irrigation has come down because the canals are not reaching. We are not recharging the canals. We are not fixing the canals. All the canals are broken. The water is seeping down. It is not reaching what we call the Kadai Madai Vayal, if somebody is from the Kongu region. Again, if you look at the tank irrigated, we build tanks, from there we put water. From 9.41 lakh hectare, it has declined to 3.69 lakh hectare. 60-63 to now, 40-50 years later. The groundwater irrigation, I put bore, I dig up a well to me. From 6 lakh, it has gone up to 16 lakh. Reckless bore, we are seeing, which is creating a lot of disturbance. So you see the canal, which government is supposed to do, not doing. Tank, not doing. We are asking people, okay, your money, you put one bore. Your money, you put one bore. So now, rich farmer means you can afford to put one bore. And one bore, for a kind of information, you are going below 800 feet. It will cost you anywhere from 1.8 lakh to 2.4 lakh, whichever part of Tamil Nadu you are living. Who will afford a bore? And you keep sucking groundwater, what is going to happen to the state? And which means all the waters are getting wasted, which is going to the sea, which can be tapped. This is the story of agriculture in Tamil Nadu, which needs a serious fixing. Because the data again says the average monthly income of a farm household. If a household is telling I am a farmer, the average income of a Tamil Nadu farmer per month is 11,924 rupees. Punjab 26,701, Haryana 22,841, Kerala 17,915, Karnataka 13,000, Gujarat 12,000. This is 2018-2019 period. But here the arguments in Tamil Nadu politics is all about, I have given free electricity. I am helping the farmers. Who are you to ask me? Who are you to question me? But we clearly see free electricity is not helping. We have to seriously invest money in canals. Take water to the last person who is there so that he farms. He makes money out of it. He brings his generation out of it. Now some states like Karnataka, what they have done is, they said, okay, PM sir is giving 6,000 rupee PM Kisan. I am giving 4,000 rupee. So Karnataka farmers, they get 10,000 rupee. 6,000 from PM Kisan, 4,000 from state. They supplement the income by 10,000. In Tamil Nadu, neither that is happening. And many of the farmers are forced to sell out and come. They are becoming alcoholics also because of the task mark. So you see, sir, how everything is interconnected. Alcoholism, there is one level that is up. Then you have the farming, which is doing very poorly. You have to fix it. Then you have corruption in the middle, which is fixing it. Yesterday, I saw somebody in Pongal time, Pongal, Tamil Nadu. He was taking on token and running. I said, where are you, brother, going? He said, sir, they are going to give me 1,000 rupee. They have given me a token. I have to go stand in the queue every day. Within 3 days, they will give me 1,000. This is how Tamil Nadu government distributes one Pongal 1,000 rupee. One token, no Aadhaar, no bank account, no transfer of money, no ration card. Same thing applies everywhere, sir. If we cross agriculture and enter into medical, oh, this next level. I keep seeing the Tamil Nadu ministers in Global Investors Conference. If some foreigner is coming here for MOU signing, I keep seeing in the paper, Tamil Nadu is #1 state. This model of development, they give a name to it now. And we are doing very well in health. So we'll have a look at it, whether health we are doing well. And my team has given me a very alarming picture day before yesterday in Pudukkottai Government Hospital. In the last 21 months, just hold your heart. In the last 21 months, in Pudukkottai Government Hospital, 247 children have died. We have put a team to go and see what it is, why do people die, and they give a respiratory illness, they have given heart attack. 247 children born in Pudukkottai Government Hospital between April 1, 2021 to January 15, 2023, which is exactly 21 months, 247 children died. An average of 11 children per month. What are our media friends doing? What dress is Annamalai wearing? Annamalai has taken 2 idli, tomorrow 3 idli. What did this leader tell about that leader? If you look at the news cycle for 24 hours, anybody has got the patience, I'm sure. None of you have the patience here, but you have the patience and analyze a 24 cycle. Which actress is doing what movie is releasing next, who is earning how much. Stories. These are the stories that define who we are. From morning till night, these stories define our generation. Cricket, was the pitch okay, was the pitch bad? And 90% of India's population right now knows why did Australia captain Pat Cummins went home. Oh, his mother was ill. That is why Pat Cummins is not there. 90% of India's population. Because we consume story, that story is pushed to us. But nobody has pushed this story to me. In Pudukkottai Government Hospital, supposedly a state which claims that we are the best in health infra, 247 kids have died, which is about 11 kids per month. This is one data for you. Again, if you dig deep, go inside and go inside. In the Ayushman Bharat, which is mainly for providing health for secondary and tertiary care, Tamil Nadu last year we climbed, 2019 onwards we climbed 85,95,773 hospital admission. This many people have used a government hospital or a private hospital, Ayushman Bharat. For a period 2019 to January 2023, 85 lakh hospital billing. Uttar Pradesh, which has got a population of thrice of Tamil Nadu, in the same period had 18,35,969 hospital admission. Something is alarming. People are going more to hospitals. Many people are going more to hospitals. That's a free scheme. Nobody is going to deny it. It's a proper metric comparator. Free scheme, all states equally applies. How much did UP go? How much did you go? If you look at it, there is some seriously problematic stuff that is happening in government hospital. We see only a building that is there, no healthcare inside. So all of us are pushed to private hospitals here. Tamil Nadu has got world-class private hospitals. 2 days back at the airport, I saw this Bangla Air manager. I saw that manager. He said he's the manager of Bangla Air. I said, okay, how many times the flight comes from Dhaka? He said, 2 flights a day. From Dhaka, it lands in Chennai, goes back. 1 flight again comes from Dhaka and goes back. I said, why do they come? He said, 80% come to 2 hospitals in Chennai for medical. They come, they get fixed. Maybe they spend 1 month or so medical tourism, then they go back. So the quality of private healthcare in Tamil Nadu is so good because the Tamil Nadu governments over the point of time happily kept the government hospitals poor, which forced you to go to a private hospital, which forced you to give revenue, which helped them to expand, which made your bank balance less, which made you to give larger proportion of your savings to health. And right now we are a deeply crisis health state. Tamil people, 2 things we are very fond of. Big weddings, fat weddings, more money. Second, hospital bills. So this government is supposed to fix, we are doing. It needs a serious retooling, serious fixing, and we have to do a lot of things here. I don't have anything against the private hospitals. I admire them for the quality of healthcare they do. They operate on their own. They don't bribe anybody. They don't go and ask anybody to come to their hospital. They give a standard of service, we are going. I completely blame the system because you are allowing somebody to not get treated for a basic secondary health care. You are pushing them to big fancy hospitals. We are not doing our duty as a state because they are paying the tax. Even for a simple cesarean. Other day I found the health minister taking a lot of pride. The cesarean is coming down. Cesarean is coming down by 3%, 4%. I'm not getting into the data, sir. Again, Tamil Nadu has got the highest number of cesareans per 100 women who is giving birth in South India. We will not get into the data for some other time. Today we are just having an overlook at what is happening. Seriously crumbling, failing health infra in government. Since Govindji is looking at me sideways, I have to finish it in 5 minutes. I'm going to the next one. Now, education. The best is education. The best is education. And Tamil Nadu takes a lot of pride in our mother tongue. Rightly so. Anybody should take pride in their mother tongue. Anybody who's here, who speaks Hindi, who speaks Bengali, who speaks Gujarati, who speaks Tamil, it is only right that we take a lot of pride in our mother tongue. All mother tongues are great, fantastic. Recently, Stanford came out with a study. The Institute for Competitiveness, Stanford, it came out as a study. It reviewed 86,000 students across 10,000 schools in India. Recent study, you must have seen in paper. 10,000 schools, 86,000 students. One thing they measured, proficiency in mother language, mother tongue, proficiency, global proficiency. They kept a global benchmark. You know who came last? We. 9% of students who speak Tamil were benchmarked to global proficiency. 51% of Punjabis marked to global. This is a state which says Tamil pride, which did politics on Tamil, which did politics on exclusion, which never allowed any other voice to be heard in Tamil Nadu over the last 70 years. The Stanford Institute of Competitiveness study, it says 9% of Tamil students, mother tongue can be ranked to the global proficiency. Punjab is at 51. This is just an argument. Okay, sir, this is one Stanford guy, the white guy has come and did a survey. I am not going to believe this survey. I am a proud Tamilian, proud Indian. Let some Indian guy do a survey. Okay, fine. Our NCRT did a survey. We did a survey on 2 things. Learning outcomes. If a student is in a particular class, what is the learning outcome? Now, Tamil Nadu, we come last among the southern states in terms of learning outcome. Class 3, class 8, basic arithmetic, basic mental comprehension, they measure. We come last among the southern states. Again, if I give you a number, there's nothing great in coming last, madam. I'm more worried about the numbers also. The benchmark itself is less. For a class 3 student reading Tamil, a class 3 student has to read a class 2 level text. Before pandemic, 11.6% in government schools they passed. Class 3 student has to read a class 2 level text in Tamil. Pre-pandemic in 2018 survey, 11.6% passed, 89% failed. Post-pandemic, this is interesting, post-pandemic, 4.7% passed. We are not talking of a 70% fight and 65% fight. Kerala is at 72, I am at 68. We are fighting between 11% and 4%. Class 5 it is increasing. 40% passed pre-pandemic, 25% passed post-pandemic. Class 8, 73% passed. So class 8 is not reading class 7. Class 8 is reading class 2nd. This survey, class 2 is benchmark. Class 2, level Tamil text, class 3 can read, class 5 can read, class 8 can read. Suddenly I saw somebody happy, Appa, class 8 we didn't read. 73% of students, they passed a class 2 level text studying in class 8. Pre-pandemic. 62% post-pandemic. Next is arithmetic, basic maths. Basic maths is addition, subtraction, multiplication, 3 things, division, 4 things. Again, we divided that into subtraction. Class 3, how many can subtract? Pre-pandemic, 25% can subtract. 75 can't subtract. Post-pandemic, 11% can subtract, 89 can't subtract. Class 5, they gave division. 25.6% can divide pre-pandemic because we are good in division. Post-pandemic, 14% can divide. Then class 8, again division given to them. 50% can divide, 44% can divide post-pandemic. Then they measured who can read English sentence. Class 5, 37%. Pre-pandemic, post-pandemic 24.5, class 8 58.8, post-pandemic 57.8. This is very deeply disturbing. Deeply disturbing because the government schools somehow we have taken for granted. I remember when I stood in elections, there was an association for government school teachers. He was canvassing against me. One day I saw this guy. He comes from an organization called Jacto Geo. I said, brother, you come here. We'll have a cup of coffee. I don't have anything against you. You don't have anything against me. I'm here to somehow reform. I'm doing my politics, going and appealing to people to vote for me. Why are you campaigning against me? He said, sir, if you come to power, you will increase the workload of teachers. What is this? And we don't want this new pension scheme. We want the old pension scheme. You are supporting new pension scheme. I'm against you. That is a debatable point. Over a cup of coffee, we can sit down and talk about the merits of it. But the first point, you will increase the burden of teacher. Rightly so. Now you can link the NEET result. Why politicians are afraid of NEET. Why NEET is a bogey. 10 years back, in the All India Civil Service, when Tamilnadu had 22%. Meaning for a 850 admission, we used to have 114, 117, 120 admission in IAS, IPS. We are between 30 to 40. We are struggling to pass a CSAT level in civil service. Because thanks to the quality of education, where a certain people will go to election polling booth as presiding officer, you don't want to harass them. Who sits in polling officer, presiding officers at polling booth? Teachers. And no government wants to take panga with teacher. And everything collapsed. Then the school education minister very proudly says, I am not able to improve the quality of schools because what can I do? 92% of my budget goes into giving salary only. I have only 8% of budget left with me. How can I improve schools? How can I build buildings? That is why Tamil Nadu, you see the school buildings falling and kids die. Now my first part is over, sir. The second part is an alarming matter, which I'll take 5 minutes before I get to sit in that chair. I was having a walk in Benares recently. We were going for a walk with a professor from the Benares Hindu University 2 months back. And I am a very proud Tamilian. Whatever you say, I am a proud Indian, proud Tamilian. I will not leave my heritage like most of you here. I will not leave my mother tongue. Of course, I will not leave my country. These 3 things are very important to me. And we are having a banter. I said, how is UP doing, sir? Yogi ji, bulldozer, how is it happening? He said, Arey yaar, okay, we'll have an argument. I said, okay, sir. He said, have you heard of the Napoleon Bonaparte's quote about China? I said, I haven't heard. You tell me the quote. He said, Napoleon Bonaparte, many years back, he said, please don't wake up China. If China wakes up, the world will tremble. Till China is sleeping, we all can do world trade, we can do divide and rule in Africa, we can do everything. Moment these buggers who are sleeping from 6th century after the Ming dynasty, if they wake him up, we are in trouble. So China was comfortably allowed to sleep. Such a big country, such a rich cultural civilization country. Then somebody woke up China by Mao Zedong in 1950. He wanted to experiment something. Mao Zedong wanted to experiment something in cultural revolution. Then Mao Zedong later. When China suddenly woke up, we are seeing the results of China now. 1960, 70, 80, 90, 2000, what is happening? Then the professor told me, actually you should not have allowed UP to open up. You have allowed UP to open up, brother. Now you will face it. UP sleeping was an advantage for southern side. UP sleeping was an advantage. No government, 1 year this CM, 2nd year that CM. Somebody will demolish a building, next CM. Okay. Then what happened? One Yogi ji happened. One Modi ji happened in Delhi. Then this guy came. He said, "Arey yaar, you give me one majority, I'll fix." Modi ji said, "You give me one majority, I'll fix UP." Then Modi ji made Yogi ji as CM. First he fixed law and order. He said, anybody touching, not only will you lose a hand, you will lose a house also. Bulldozers will come and everybody is like, "Arey yaar, even if the court is low, my house will go next day. I am not touching." All the gang fellows and all, he came, he said, "I am not going to shoot, I am not going to kill, please I surrender." This is the first 5 years. Once he fixed up the law and order, then the miracle started happening. You will be very surprised, Govindanji. Which state had the highest number of startups last year? Startups registered in a startup portal. Maharashtra had the highest number. Which state had the second number of highest startups registered in startup portal? Uttar Pradesh. Tamilnadu is number 4. Suddenly this 24 crore people are woken up. Suddenly empowerment, freedom. Women can walk at 8:30, 9:30, 10:30 in the night after finishing a night shift and come back to home. Suddenly the gross enrollment ratio for a higher study, which Tamil Nadu was leading at 52%, UP was at 16-17%. Suddenly Yogi ji is pushing it to 30. Next year it will go to 40. In 5 years it will go down to 50. 24.5 crore population getting educated, getting empowered, going to engineering schools, medical colleges, happening breakneck development. All these guys in 10 years, what are those guys going to do? Will it not change India's trajectory, sir? It is going to change right in front of our eyes. Here, what are we saying? A North Indian means only Pani Puri. One minister. You see, 10 years, what is going to happen? Education minister who is supposed to educate and see how the world is changing, trends are changing, where Tamil Nadu should be there to maintain the number 1. North Indian means only Pani Puri. Okay. Okay. How many airports UP has got, sir? 11 functional airports. Planes are landing, planes are taking off. How many airports we have? We have 5, but we don't have night landing in Thoothukudi. We are trying to strive our best to expand to Chennai, which we might expand anytime soon. The Terminal 2 of Bangalore is 2 times bigger than the Chennai airport as a whole. I'm talking of one terminal. 2 days back, I couldn't land in Bangalore from Bangalore because there was a congestion. 45 minutes we were there. Then finally they found one landing slot at 11:20 in the night. We landed. You will not see, first time in my eyes I saw the bus which goes from the bay to the terminal. I found 16-17 buses standing like a queue. Then I was telling my Bangalore friend, "Hurry, yaar, you had road congestion in Bangalore. Then you had train congestion. Then you have flight congestion at the top. Now you have bay congestion." He said, "Arey boss, what can we do? We are growing. That is why Terminal 2 we have just opened. It has got another 32 landing slots. We'll open that also. Why are you worried? Give us 6 months." That is the level of thinking. Here we are trying to think, when rain comes, how can we fix the roof? In front of us, this politics is going to go for dust in 5 years. It is going to go for dust in 5 years. The aspirational generation is not going to take things for granted. He is not going to take the things from him. What? How long will you talk about language pride, north, south, this nonsense, that nonsense? Other day, a startup, last meeting, a friend was telling, one senior vice president from a big telecom company in Norway, he landed in Chennai. He's supposed to come to his office. He went there with bouquet and all, he received. It's an order between Infosys or him. So all big drums, gims and all, band, bajo, and they put him in the car. And he was looking at Chennai airport and saying, okay, yeah, fine. Then they took him. Then near his office, there was a big garbage dump. He told me he was trying to take that garbage dump out. He couldn't do. He saw everything. Then finally, he made him to go there. Then finally, the moment he landed in Bangalore, he said within 4 hours, he signed that contract to Infosys. Now, you have to understand the opportunity cost you are losing because of some dumbhead sitting somewhere in a power and signing with green ink. No vision, nothing. And now when UP is claiming, I am going to land a fighter plane in 6 lane. They are landing fighter planes in 6 lane and 8 lane. And the Mysore-Bangalore expressway is getting inaugurated next week by the Honorable Prime Minister. 1.5 hours. 1.5 hours. 1.5 hours. And that MLA was telling me, Anna, Hosur on the airport you put. I said, why should we put? Because only then we will grow faster. And all the ATRs we will land in Hosur, big planes we will land here, international terminal we keep Bangalore. You open a Hosur airport, all ATRs will land, people will come to Bangalore. And they catch the Mysore expressway, 1 hour they go to Mysore. And Mysore was next satellite city of Bangalore. I said, how do I look like to you? See the planning. I am not finding fault with him. Ambition, the aspiration that hit states wants to go. I am also a fighter. I want my state to go on. Finally, I want India to go on. Nobody is a competitor with anybody here. The reason I am trying to project this is, we have to change the narrative, change the discourse. Corruption, infra, health, education, investments. They are not getting into this only. And there was this fight between governor and CM. You must have seen recently in paper. Then the one government minister was telling that governor should have read whatever we have written there. One press person friend was asking me, why is he shouting? What governor did not read? I said, you have to ask the governor. But after 2 days, since the original text came, then we could understand what was the original text and what governor did not read. And these guys have written, Tamilnadu is #1 in investment destination. Data shows we received investment 1/8 of Karnataka. In fact, Bangalore received 3 times more investment, 5 times more investment than what Tamil Nadu received in India. How will the governor do? The data itself is faulty. Likewise, we can keep arguing. So we have to fix it. We have excellent potential here. One of the finest state, greatest of people, amazing culture. I want to end with one great positive. High Court gave a judgment that all temples more than 1,000 years old, ASI should take control. With a group of people, we went to Delhi, we met the cultural minister, we said, sir, our temples are our treasure. Please make sure that our temples are protected. The minister said, take care. How many temples you have more than 1,000? I said, sir, looks like some 400 temples are more than 1,000 years old. He's like, you are having double the number of Indian temples in Tamil Nadu, which is more than 1,000 years old. How will I give you ASI fund to tell me? So, great state, rich state, potential state. But somehow, in the last 70, 80 years, the narrative got spoiled. The growth was there. Somehow we are maintaining there. Other states are catching up. And we are disparagingly talking about UP and Bihar, calling them as panwalas and panipuri sellers and this, that. And we took a lot of pride in not learning other languages. Now, these guys are fast catching up. The call centers, the investments. Sir, all UP has to do is get manufacturing into UP. We are finished. They just have to get manufacturing into UP, manufacturing into core Bihar, we are finished. Now, a manufacturing guy comes to Tamil Nadu. Square feet kitna dete? Square feet எவ்வளவு பா கொடுப்ப? இந்த வெள்ள சட்டை போட்டுருக்காருல அமைச்சரை போய் கொடுத்துட்டு வா. எப்படிங்க வரும்? How will money come? Cognizant, for a kind information. They got this Sarbanes-Oxley Act is there in US, which prohibits any multinational company operating out of US. They say, you are a US-based company, you operate outside US, you bribe somebody, but we'll punish you by US law. Which is a very fascinating law they have, the Sarbanes-Oxley Act. And Cognizant got caught. Why did they get caught? They fired 2 vice presidents, CEO, many people got fired at that point of time. He said, to open the Tamilnadu office in Chennai, which we had built, to get permission, we are bribed. And very beautifully he has documented. I bribed this person this many dollars, this person this many dollars. The cost of doing business in Tamil Nadu. Yes, it is there. People got fired. Here nobody got fired. They all stood in elections. Somebody won as minister. Somebody came back as MLA also. So I personally believe it is our generation which has to take some risk, which has to chart a new pathway, which has to reimagine things. Because for our state, we have to do it. We can do it. If we don't do it, it's a matter of time before Tamil Nadu is going to be the laughing stock of other states of India, especially Karnataka, Maharashtra, UP, Haryana, Rajasthan, many states. Let us do it with new reimagination. Let us not disappoint our youngsters who go into school. You should get the best education. You should not be struggling to read 22%, 67%, 70%. Not disappointing. For any taxpayer who is getting into a government hospital, let him get a good quality of patient care. Farmers who live in, including my father and grandfather, who earned only through farming all their life, let them at least have that certainty water will come with government support and they can do some farm. I am not getting into law and order because it should not look too much pessimism for you. You know, this person has come and blah, 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 is given data. The reason I am trying to paint is, you have given me championing change. The topic is championing change. We have to say, these things are rotten. We are fixing it. We are changing it. And this is doable with all of you combined together. And thank you for your patient listening, and especially for Govindamji, who is urging to get out of chair and get me, but still is holding on. Thank you so much. God bless you.